Welcome to the Spiritual AF Life podcast, a magical place where your host, Heather Danielle Psychic Medium, will bring the mystical woo-woo world down to earth in practical ways. Tune in every Monday for your weekly reading and on Wednesdays to hear fascinating conversations with spiritual experts, uplifting stories, and deep dives into the metaphysical world, all to help you tap into the invisible guidance that's all around you. It's time to start living a spiritual AF life. Get cozy, the conversation is starting now.
Happy Monday! Wow. I have to tell you that I have already pulled the cards for this week, and I will just give you the heads up right now that they are 100% talking about money. So lots of money, lots of abundance, lots of advice on how to really bring more money into your life. My mind is freaking blown. So I am actually going to be using the Grimalkin's Curious Cat Tarot. And if you were on Coffee and Cards yesterday, you will know that I wanted to use them, but if you paid attention, I did not use them. So I thought that was really funny. So that's the reason why that I'm using them today. The link for them will be in the show notes. And they are actually by MJ Cullinan. And I actually kind of do like them. Like them better than my other cat tarot. So if you have a love for cats, this is definitely one to look out for you. And they are tarot. And I tell you what, some of the pictures on them don't really make a whole bunch of sense to what they are. You know, like the Rider-Waite artwork. It doesn't look the same at all. But it does tell you which each individual card is. Now, before we get into it, I have to tell you that one card did come up, and that is the Knight of Cups. So I'm just going to read to you just a little bit about what this card means. It means that you are asked to step into the role of the compassionate teacher, to share your wisdom and focus on energy and creating a space of well-being for all. Are you tolerant? Are you letting your own emotions prevent you from extending help or compassion? Although a pacifist, he is not sitting on the sidelines. This is the cat that they're talking about. Nope. And when the king is near, steps are taken to bring opposing sides together. And you actually might see kings coming up around you and into your life. This could be an authority figure, a male figure. It could be someone who is past or present that you really feel is like your protector. And they are supporting you by reconnecting with your spirit to help you, dive deep and go forward. And I love this card because it says it also represents a mature, fair individual who may offer their services or be a service to you. So definitely keep an eye on that. And this is just kind of like a general thing that if you really feel like I'm talking to you, then that is your sign that this message is 100% for you. Okay, so now let's get into the card for Monday. And Monday's card is the Six of Pentacles. And I'm just going to give you a little bit of a spoiler alert right here. And that is to tell you that all of the cards until Friday are all pentacles. So that talks about not just money, but abundance. So it talks about that. And it's really funny because it's just every single card is pentacles. And when that happens, it's talking about that's the energy that we're living in right now. This is where they really want our focus to be. And it doesn't mean necessarily just, making money or making more time, but it is also about respecting money, respecting time, and also knowing that you can manipulate your thoughts that will help you create more time, and spirit will help you create more time. Or it's also the way that you look at money and making sure you have that good money mindset. Now, if you didn't, I would encourage you to go back and listen to last Wednesday's podcast because it was literally all about money. And I think that's really funny because now they're talking about money this week. So last week with the Wednesday podcast, it's all about getting you in the right frame of mind so you can really accept some of this advice coming on here. I did not do that on purpose. I think that's amazing. I just love how spirit brings stuff up like that. All right, so the Six of Pentacles is asking you to consider a delicate balance between the haves and the have-nots. And you are lucky enough to be in the first category, which is having a lot. You may need to contemplate what motivates you. And are you restoring balancing by offering your abundance of resources to help those in need? Or is that generosity of yours merely an investment of sorts, as you certainly will expect to be paid back in some way or another? Because this card directs your awareness to the issue of the power within a relationship or situation. Be aware of the appearance of altruism in others, as it may be that their actions are not so philanthropic at all, and they might expect you to repay plus interest later. And this is really talking about using your resources wisely. And I just have to say, if you're one of those people that are like penny pinchers and you are the one that is really about keeping money, within you, going ahead and wondering why and reflecting on why that is, because you might be really getting encouraged to spread some more wealth, even the wealth that you don't think you have, because that's going to help you overcome your money mindset, misbeliefs, if you will, and bring more money into you. And this is also talking about, man, maybe you don't have money to dedicate to charity, but maybe that's something you've always thought about. So maybe you can go ahead and donate your time. Or like I remember one year, like I made all cards and I gave them to like assisted facilities, living facilities and things like that, helping them out. So maybe just something like that, because sometimes we get so ingrained and just focused on our nitty-gritty details of our lives, we really forget about the bigger picture. We're just so focused in our house and our family and our circle that sometimes when we go ahead and we branch out, even for charities or doing something else different, or being a service of others and people that we don't even know, it really helps us expand our awareness. And that's really really important, apparently, according to Spirit this week. Okay, so now the next card is the Five of Pentacles. Also, Lily is coming up, so I'm not sure if you have an association with Lily. And it says, though, that it is wanting you to consider if you're doing all you can to protect your health and well-being. And I love that it brings it up, because I never really associated the pentacles with health. But that is 100% something that it is symbolic of, because it's not just about abundance time, but it's also about the energy too. And you're not going to have a lot of energy either if your vessel is not, working really well. And so it says that you may need a break, and it's asking you if you can take the time to appreciate the abundance and beauty and resources that are available to you, because they're saying that there are some resources available to you that will help you feel a little better. So I would encourage you to look around in your life right now and being like, okay, what resources do I have that can really help me with my life? Do you have some vitamins that you bought that have been sitting in the cupboard that you need to take? All right. Did you just move somewhere where there's like a lot of nature around you? Do you need to get to know that nature around you by taking walks? Do you have somebody that you can reach out to in your life that is a personal trainer, is a nutritionist, going to school, that might be able to lend you a little bit of advice? Love, love, love that card. And now we're moving on to Wednesday's card, which it's really funny how this is. So far it's the 6, the 5, and now the 4 of Pentacles. And then it says for Wednesday, not to be fixated on things, okay? It's saying to redirect your focus, okay? And realize that you cannot control everything. And it also it's also telling you to not focus on so much of how things are going to happen, but just the outcome of what you want. And it's saying to you, like, are you clinging to an old way of doing things? Your situation may benefit from taking a new or modern approach. So for example, your company implements a new system. As a result, you bite tooth and nail against it because it forces you out of your comfort zone. So is something like that happening in your life? And I tell you what, when one of the companies I work for switched systems, I fought it tooth and nail too. I didn't fight it tooth and nail because it's like outside my comfort zone. No, because I freaking thought that it was stupid. I thought it was really, really stupid. I thought it was freaking dumb. I was one of the first people to having to start using it for things that it wasn't really set up to be used. I hated it. And guess what? That company still uses that software today, and the software actually got updated, and it's actually pretty cool. Now I kind of like it. So even if you're thinking about it and you're like, no, I just hate it. I just plain hate it because of X, Y, and Z. It's inefficient. Whatever it is, going ahead and rethinking about it, reevaluating it, and being like, okay, maybe it is a little bit different. And you might not realize that right away, but down the road, you might realize it. Okay, so one of the energy attributes I really want to share with you on Wednesday is saying positive affirmations. And it says saving for a rainy day, control of your finances is a good thing. Negative is hoarding resources and being greedy and isolating your resources. So it's all about how you look at things. Remember, in life, you can basically only make choices one of two ways, which is love or fear. So you always want to make sure that you are making those choices based out of love. So instead of being like, oh, I don't have enough money to help this person or whatever, being like, you know what? I am going to come from a better standpoint. Like maybe I don't have the resources to help somebody that I really would love to help because it's not up to me to help them. Because if it was truly up to me to help them, then guess what? God would have put that resources in my pockets, but he didn't. So maybe, just maybe, this is between him and God, them and God. And so look at that in all areas of your life, okay? And then we're going to go on to Thursday's card, which is a Three of Pentacles. And I love that it says that this is a message for you to get focused, create a strategy for success, and pull together a team. So this is literally saying, do not take no for an answer. Whatever is happening now, they want you to reevaluate it. They want you to fine tune it. Do you need a new therapist? All right. Do you need somebody else added on to your professional team? A functional medicine doctor. Do you really need to reevaluate your HRT, hormone replacement therapy? Do you really need to maybe think about getting a coach? Even if it's like a free coach, there's tons and tons of fitness stuff out there. So maybe that's something that you need to, think about doing. Or is it going to be that you need to get I don't know why this is coming up. So maybe this is a message for somebody because I usually don't ever say this, but it's like, do you need a psychic reading? Do you need a tarot reading? Do you need to get your own deck and give yourself your own reading so that you can actually get clear on some of the guidance that is coming through to you? So this is really a day about looking at your stuff, developing a plan, and knowing that you are going to have maybe other people that you had to either hire, reach out to, collaborate with in order to make this happen. Okay. This is something that you are not going to be able to do alone, or you can do it alone. But what they're saying is that you're not going to get as far as you want if you do it alone. Okay. That it's going to be better that other people know a little bit better than you in some of these circumstances that in which you're unhappy, and they will be able and they will be happy to help you. All right, so now moving on to Friday's card, which is the Queen of Cups. So finally, we got out of the Pentacles and we got into Cups. So Cups is all about usually emotion. So I love this. And then since we have a Queen, I just absolutely love it. This is, it's such a good card. And it says, are you able to sense when others are in pain and set aside your emotions so that you can provide comfort and support of others? And it says that when this card is present, your psychic abilities will be heightened. When you go inward and consult your higher self, your heart will allow you to know what road to take. You will know which step will be for your highest good. I love it. It talks about pure love and compassion. So this is definitely a big time for love and trusting your intuition and your psychic messages, and definitely being wary of any kind of energy vampires that are going on. And it's also saying too to be wary of any kind of personal sacrifices that you are making that are really affecting your well-being, okay? Because they also don't want you slipping into any kind of feelings of resentment, and they really want you to be taking care of your health, because honestly, that is something that I did not see when I first came on and looked at these cards, but now it seems like it's really freaking obvious. And so on Friday, definitely a day of love. And I hope that if you are traveling this weekend, you have a lot of fun. I know it's Memorial Day weekend and I am taking off as well. So making sure that you keep on having that love in the forefront of your mind. And what I mean by that is, when you are dealing with difficult people, especially on Friday, coming from a place of love. You don't know their story. You don't know what they're going through. You don't know the reason why they're so mean. You're more evolved than they probably are. And you know not to take it out on people, but maybe they do. And just know when people are like that, when they are mean, when they are just something else, okay? A lot of times that is showing that they have moved away from the light. And when you send them love, it's almost like a flashlight, if you will, to come back into the state of love. So definitely have some compassion for others on Friday, and going ahead and making sure that you don't get caught up in any nitty-gritty dramas. And I want to leave you with one little quote that's actually in the box, and it says, slip beyond the veil, on silent cat paws. Oh, I just thought that was so incredibly cute. And I think that last message from Spirit today is going to be reaching out, paying attention to the signs. Reach out to me if you get any kind of confusion with your signs. I will be happy to help you out. But it is definitely Spirit saying hi, and they are trying to contact you. They are with you, and just trust in the signs that you do get. Look them up, research them, get with me if you are getting confused by any of those signs. Okay? All right. Well, I hope that you have a fabulous week, and I will see you on Wednesday.
Thanks for tuning in to the Spiritual AF Life podcast. You'll find all the links to resources and more in the show notes. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out on the incredible episodes that are coming up.